Yes, people, and welcome back to another video on the Bridge YouTube channel where we bring you all things Chelsea. I'm your host with the most, the Bridge 258, here today to give you a Chelsea preview for Chelsea versus Genk, aka UEFA Conference League game, obviously. And yes, as you're coming in, please make sure obviously to like, share, subscribe, and let's get into this preview video now. I know. Listen, one of the things I did say when I started this channel, I wouldn't be doing UEFA Conference League, was a good previews. But I thought, you know what, this is a good game to talk about. This is I think again, it's an all right team to talk about. And listen, with how good our fixtures have been recently, how we've been playing, this is a game I'm looking much forward to seeing more Chelsea goals coming in from a week in, week out basis. And listen, looking forward to it. And let me give you a bit more context, obviously, in regards to Gent, the football team. Now, Gent, obviously, they're in the Belgian league. They're currently third right now, sitting third place. Only Antwerp and I think what the other team's called. And Genk, not to be confused with Gent, that ends with a K. This one ends with a T. That's the team that we are facing. And they're quite a talented team, maybe in that regard. Last time I checked, their last game, obviously, was like the 29th of September. And that's pretty much it, man. Again, I don't know any of their players. If I'm being realistic with you, my knowledge on them is quite weak. But at the end of the day, from what I've liked to see, they do play in a similar formation to ourselves in the 4-2-3-1. That might obviously change maybe when they face us today, in tomorrow, so I should say, whenever we play them. So again, that's something to think about for sure. But as of right now, they're playing a 4-2-3-1. Can tell you who their starting lineup might be because they're probably going to play their strongest lineup, unlike Chelsea, and that'll probably be Ruth in goal, Gamor, Watanabe, Mitrovic, and Brown. That's their back four. They have Ito and Delorge as their two in midfield, and then they have a attacking three of Fadiga, Vanska, and Sordes. If I'm saying that correctly, apologies for that. And the striker is M. Dean. That might be an English player, but we'll see at the end of the day. But that is obviously the lineup they are choosing to play with. Now, obviously, that's their team. That's all I could really, really bring up for you right now in regards to Genk. But let's talk about Chelsea Nation. Now, Chelsea, obviously, this is going to be our first Conference League game. Again, we only have 6 Conference League games, unlike, obviously, Europa and UCL, who have 8 games to play. So that's a big benefit for us. That's the average games, of course, that were being played beforehand. So, again, from a Chelsea perspective, this is a massive, massive positive. Now, again, we're probably going to be playing our second team in this one, which I have the lineup ready for. But if you're Chelsea, again, this is a game where you look at and I'm thinking, time to stat pad, man. Stat up my goal difference. Make sure I get as many goals as possible. I want to be making sure that I win the first 3 games of the UEFA Conference League so that I don't even need to bring in anyone that's going to be a star for me. Let's bring in the young lads afterwards, whenever I'm going to Astana or somewhere else like that, just so I can get these points and keep it pushing, if that makes sense. So that's the sort of thing I'm looking at in the Conference League. I don't even want to be bringing in my starters as backup 11s. You know what I mean? So I want them to be relaxing, chillaxing, getting ready for the next game, almost like on a week-to-week basis. And it's just the second team that's playing, and some of the young lads from the academy, like in Chempong, Tariq George, and some others that are going to be playing there to get some game time up and land. And get some international football under their thing. Obviously they've been playing at home. Obviously they may be facing under 21s from different like maybe Benfica, Real Madrid, but they can face some other leagues and get some experience that they may need to improve on as well. Now, I think for Chelsea again, this is a conference. This is a team you want to win, so you want to be putting the sort of these sort of teams and making sure that you're winning these games on a consistent basis. And with that in mind, this is of course the lineup that I believe will be playing. Now, obviously, in goal, we've got Jorgensen. Pretty simple. I think Desarty will be a right back for this team. You have Tosin and Badia. Badia is short as your back two. With Renato Vega as your left back. You will then have a 2 of Cassidy and Keenan Dewsbury Hall in the 2. And then you have an attacking 3 of Neto, João Felix, and Mudryk. And Nkunku will be your striker. And that's basically the team, the 4-2-3-1 I've been speaking about for quite a while. Now, interesting to see what will happen there. But I think for me personally, this is the sort of fixture I'm looking at. I'm thinking, we saw what we did with Barrow. We saw what these guys can do. I don't want us to be having a repeat of what happened against Servette, where Servette were looking at the much better team, and we were the ones that looked like the team that could not handle our business, couldn't have the skills to pay the bills. So I want us to be able to make sure we can handle our business, make sure we're a bit efficient, make sure we're able to do what we need to do to get the job done, much more than anything else. Because otherwise, all we're doing realistically, chat, is that we're just making ourselves look like fools. And if you want to win this one with as much ease as possible, these are the fixtures I look at and I'm thinking, time to put the man them through the sword. Simple as that, really. But that's pretty much what I would have to say in regards to this fixture. Of course, we will be doing a watch along, so make sure you're tuning in for that. Make sure you're watching. Make sure you're interested in that as always. But as you guys know, I've been your host, the most, the British 258. Make sure as a coming to like, share, subscribe. I know this is a rather short video compared to what I usually do, but with this one, it's a UEFA Conference League, really. So not that much to add at the end of the day in regards to it. So big up to everyone that's been here. Have a nice one. And as always, I've been your host, the Mr. British 258. Dedicate your hearts. And as always, make sure to stay blue. Thank you.